Good morning, Reptilians. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elle, and this is Elle's Reptiles. Okay, so this week's video format is going to be a little bit different than normal just because I did not feel like getting up and getting ready to be in front of a camera this week. So it's going to be all voiceover. I mean, original audio, but basically just me not sitting in front of a camera talking to introduce and exit the video. But yeah, so this week we are feeding all of our animals. Actually, not all of them. We're feeding some of them. I don't think it's ever been all of them, but we're gonna try our best to get lots of animals fed this video. Before we get started, huge thank yous and shout outs to Geckos for sponsoring this video and being super supportive through this entire rough time that I've been going through. Thank you so much to Geckos. Let's get started. So we are actually going to start out with the snakes, starting out with the king snake because he rarely eats on camera. So this is just your warning. If you don't like watching snakes eat, then this is not going to be a good section for you. So you can skip ahead to the time shown on the screen currently. So Sylvanas is back to her normal not eating self. She has not eaten in quite a while. Her weight's still good, as you can see here. She's still active, but she hasn't eaten in a few months now at this point. So I thought I'd try something different and give them chicks instead of rats this week for the ball pythons, not the other snakes. She still didn't eat it. But Sterling absolutely adored those chicks. He was sniffing around, I guess for lack of better words, them for quite a while. And once he finally ate them, he ate 2 of them. I warmed up an extra because I didn't know how big they were going to be. They were actually very small once they were defrosted, but he ended up eating 2 of them. He had absolutely no problem devouring that second one after he realized that it was indeed food, but she still didn't eat it. So yeah. Hognose. The hognose still very much enjoys eating. I've been thinking about going up in size for his mice. He's obviously not still on day-old pinky mice. He's just on normal size pinky mice at this point. But he's still eating 2 of those. His mouth is so small. So I'm thinking about going up a bigger size. But for right now, this is working until I run out. And as always, I just keep track of this on the whiteboard in my office. When I first put this board up, I was planning on making it like really pretty and organized. And this is what it's been for forever now. Good morning. Good morning, Zaz. Not a morning lizard. Those nails are getting long. So Zaz has been up and active again now that the weather is warm. I actually caught her digging for the first time. I never see her digging on video, but she is loving the space in this tank. She's loving having substrate. Yeah, it just makes me really happy. For this feeding video, I did buy crickets because they are very easy to just dump into a tank and when you don't feel good. Normally, I hate crickets. I hate having them in the house. I hate feeding them, but when you don't feel great, they are fast and easy, and the animals absolutely love chasing them, so there's a lot of crickets in this video. But yeah, she's up, she's moving around, and it makes me happy, even though she still is missing the crickets constantly. Huge thank you to ZooMed for sending me some food samples for crested geckos and a few other ones they sent me too. Thank you so much. I was so beyond happy not to have to run to the pet store, or I guess send Den to run to the pet store to get gecko food when I was sick, because they sent me those samples and the geckos absolutely love their samples, so thank you so much to them for that. Dexter very much enjoyed her powdered food like she always does, but she also got pretty aggressive with some crickets as well. Oh my god! Gross, Dexter. Gross. I ended up just throwing the rest of her crickets into the tank after that and letting her hunt because she was a bit too bitey for me. Goliath also attempted to hunt her crickets, and she did get them. She just was moving so incredibly slow. This unedited clip is 1.5 minutes, and she still doesn't get it. I came back 5 minutes later and she was all the way to the ground, but she was still moving so slow. I could see the cricket she was chasing, but she was just moving so slowly. So unfortunately, we don't actually have the footage of her eating the cricket. Oh, it's gonna take her forever to get down there. She did end up shedding like the very next night though, and it was really cute. So look at her little sweater. The crocodile skink, as per usual, doesn't actually come out to eat, but she did end up eating all these crickets when I wasn't staring into her tank. Percy is always the most fun to watch eat because she definitely hunts. I'm not really sure if she's about to shed. She has like a powdery sheen going on, or if she was just gallivanting through that calcium dish. As you can see, calcium everywhere, even like coating the top of the water. But she definitely enjoyed hunting, and this next part of this video is my absolute favorite, when you can see her doing her little tail shake hunting moves. It's so cool to watch. Feeding Winter, as always, is pretty anticlimactic. She doesn't come out of her hide unless I'm like goading her out and hand feeding her dead plant. She eventually came out and got these crickets just when no one was watching. I was hoping that we could see her kind of up in those little holes because you can normally see her up there, but I guess she was sleeping. I did feed them kind of early this day. Looking all gray. Not trying to bite me at the moment, so he is clearly miserable. He won't eat if he's about to shed though, so I'll have to wait a few days for that. Cave gecko, again, anticlimactic. She doesn't actually come out to eat where anyone could watch her, but here is a video, if you haven't seen it yet, of her being out not too long ago, in case you forgot what she looks like, because I do sometimes. I'm just kidding. Tarantula time. First we are feeding the Choco Goldenie. She just kind of comes out when it's feeding time and just waits for me to drop the crickets in. She is such a good eater. She's just so sweet. She's the sweetest of my 3 tarantulas. She's the only one that doesn't run when I open the thing or try to throw hairs or bite. Look at that. Look how hungry she is. She's so cute. Then we have the Mexican red rump. He webbed up this entire corner of his tank. You can see in the right side, he has buried his water dish. He was very busy. I was worried when I first put the crickets in there because he didn't eat them and he always attacks immediately that he might be going into molt, but he ended up eating them after I stopped recording him. So he probably just didn't like that light, which is understandable. That is my bad. He is usually very attacky, very aggressive. Usually as I'm opening the thing, he rears his little paws at me. He's not very nice, but I expected this feeding footage to be the best of the tarantula feeding footage. Speaking of which, I also had footage of my Trinidad chevron and I don't know where it went. I don't understand what happened. It seems to have just not saved, so I do not have footage of that. I'm so sorry. Speaking of footage not saving, I also had footage of dumping a whole bunch of tiny little crickets into the frog tank. I don't know where that went either, but enjoy this old video of frog croaking sounds. But that is it. That is all that I have for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, huge thank you to IR Geckos for sponsoring this video and to Zoomed for sending that gecko food. Both of them super supportive through this whole thing. I am so beyond grateful that they were supportive and just existed, and thank you. As always, if you haven't already, please feel free to follow me on our socials and like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications every single time I put out a new video, which is every Sunday and some Wednesdays. This week's Instagram shout out is here, and the subscribe shout out is here. Thank you so much for liking and following and commenting and sharing and subscribing and all of that jazz. You are the bee's knees. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.